Hey collectors, welcome to Star Wars Collected. I'm Jonathan. If you're new here, I hope you consider sticking around and subscribing. If you've been here before, give me a like Watto likes a good deal, because today we are talking about my 5 tips for getting the best value on Star Wars collectibles. My first tip on this list is one that I follow every single day, and it is to set up auto searches. Now you can do this on eBay, you can do this on Craigslist, you can do this on Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of other ones out there that are becoming more and more popular, but my number one is eBay. So on eBay, every morning I receive in my inbox probably 50 to 75 search result emails that I kind of sift through, and most of those are Star Wars related. Now, the search criteria is very powerful in that if you're interested in something like Master Replica lightsabers, right? And every single time you go and type in Master Replica lightsabers, you see a collection of things, but maybe you're not interested in the 0.45 scale versions of it. So in eBay, when you search, you put in Master Replicas minus 0.45 or minus 0.45 scale, or however specific you want to be with it, and it will exclude the things in the listings that say 0.45. And then you can then save that search and decide whether you want it to email you an alert every day or not. For me, this is hugely helpful. So I have, like I said, probably around 50 that are just Star Wars related, that are very precise as to what I'm interested in, what I'm looking for. And if I all of a sudden become interested in a certain thing, then I'll set up a new search for that. And if I acquire it or decide against it, then I will, unsubscribe from that email. It is hugely helpful. It has helped me build my collection. It also prevents me from having to remember the 50 different things maybe that I'm looking for, whether it's Star Wars helmets, Star Wars blasters, it is Hot Toys, Sideshow, Gentle Giant. I don't have to remember all that stuff. It's all delivered to me every single morning. It's like my own little personal scout troop out there that's finding things for me. I've never really gotten lucky with Craigslist, even though I have ones up there. It seems like people put up some fairly lame things, and then when it doesn't sell, you just get the same email. I swear there are things that I have been getting in my email from Craigslist that are listed here locally where I am, probably for 6 years. And it's just this random thing that nobody wants to buy, but the person keeps renewing their little listing or something like that. Facebook Marketplace is another place that you can get results from, and what is nice is that they have changed it so that it does pull from Facebook groups as well. I don't always find it the most reliable though. What I like about the eBay one is that it's just an email that I get every single day, and that makes it easy for me to organize. The Facebook Marketplace seems to randomly tell me hey, this thing's for sale, and a lot of times it's for sale as of 2 days ago when it went up for listing, and it's been sold since then. So I don't love that one, but that has become kind of the new Craigslist, so it's worth checking out at least. Along the lines of not having to do all the work yourself, I would recommend you follow a few websites. Some of my favorites are Rebel Scum, Jedi Temple Archives, and Yakface. They're all a little different. Some will help you a little bit more with researching older things. Maybe they have some old listings as far as a little blurb about what this collectible is, who made it. A lot of times there's some really, really complete photo galleries on there. So if you're unsure about a collectible that you're looking at on eBay or someone's selling you, you can kind of go to their photo gallery and check stuff out. I find that's pretty helpful on Rebel Scum and Jedi Temple Archives. Yakface is a little bit more about things that are coming out that are new. I love them, they're great. I also follow them on Instagram, and they are constantly sort of helping people, especially if you order Black Series things, kind of help you understand this Target exclusive, we're hearing it's coming out on this date, so get ready for it, good luck. But they also follow a lot of the higher end stuff too. So Yakface is a great one. There's also retailers that I recommend following. Of course, there's a lot of great collectible specific retailers that you can buy from, but some ones that I find work out really well in my favor are GameStop and Target. What seems to happen with these guys is they will have something like the Black Series helmets. I love the Black Series helmets. I'm a huge fan. I think they're a great value. And they will have these coupons that they just put up that are, any collectible that is $100 or more is $30 off today, or something of that nature. If it's $50 or more, it's 25% off, something like that. So I have, in the past, I've gotten things like Wedge Antilles helmet, which was retailing for around $100, maybe a little bit more, and it happened to have already been a little bit discounted down to $80, and then they had 25% off on that. So I was getting it for like 60 some odd dollars. It was like brand new. It like just come out. So I bought a bunch of them so that I can repaint them. And I've had the same thing happen with me from Target with lightsabers, where they'll just randomly put up these, any toy over $100 or something like that, get X amount of percentage off. And it's allowed me to buy some Black Series lightsabers and save something like $50, $75 on them. Things that are sometimes even kind of hard to find and come across. So don't sleep on some of the non-Star Wars specific retailers, because I think sometimes they do things not completely understanding the ramifications of the deal, as far as that these things are desirable and would they would be able to sell them at a full price anyways. I think it's just that it's easier for a big retailer to just sort of slap a blanket coupon on all of their offerings, and sometimes you can really make out. Tip number 3 is be patient. This is a hard one, especially when you're new to a product or something like that. It is worth taking your time to do the research. It's worth taking your time to figure out, if you're buying it on the secondary market, how much did this sell for originally? How many of them are there? There are ways to look up eBay listings that have already happened and have closed and are sold. So it's worth going through those and see, in the last 6 months, in the last year, what has this item sold for? And if it's a brand new item, it's probably worth following it on something like eBay and seeing what it sells for, and doing that a couple times before you decide to pull the trigger on it. Now, every once in a while there will be something on there that is, one of a kind. Someone has built a helmet. It's a helmet that you just have to have, and it's not something you can just wait on and wait for the next one, because there might not be a next one, or the next one might be 3 years from now, and you don't want to wait that long. So in those situations, sometimes you have to jump on it. But overall, I would say be patient, watch the market, see what is becoming popular, what are some things that maybe people are sleeping on. Maybe there's, maybe Hot Toys is really killing it with a certain figure, but maybe there's a sideshow version that's still really good that people just, aren't gravitating to, because the Hot Toys one is maybe 10 or 20% better, but costs twice as much. So be patient, do your homework, and that will help you save money in the long run. And it also might help prevent you from buying something that you actually don't want. There have been a couple things where I've seen, the original art for it, and then when I actually see things in person, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't buy that, because that is not what I was looking for. So be patient before you make, especially a big purchase. Number 4 is a lesson that I am continuing to learn. A good deal on something you don't love isn't a good deal. The same idea goes really with anything in your life, but there are times where you'll see something and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that price is so good. I can't believe that I have the option to maybe buy this thing for half off, or even more. But if it's not something you really like, and it's not really something you love, you're not saving half the dollar amount. You're still spending 50% of the cost on something you don't want. So if it is a Black Series helmet, and it's $100, and you see it for $50, but it is the original Darth Vader helmet, which the sculpt, maybe for me it wasn't all that great. That's a great price, but when you get it, you're probably going to be disappointed with it. You're going to feel like you wasted $50. So just because something is a great price, if it's not something that you think you're going to love, then it's probably not worth buying, and it's just going to cost you the money. And also understand that spending that money on something you don't love comes at the cost of something maybe that you do love. Maybe you see something on eBay this week and you pull the trigger on it, but it really wasn't something you're all that excited about. You just saw the price was really good. And then the next week, that thing you've been waiting for 3 months is on there, and maybe you don't have it in your budget to be able to do that. So understand that money is opportunity, money is options and choice. So just be sure that you are putting your money into things that you're actually going to love. And the last one, number 5 here, is sort of a sad one. Just be wary of who you are buying from. I have, over the years, hopped on a couple deals on eBay or something like that ended up not working out. Luckily, eBay has protected me in those situations, but we all know Anovos. I went in with Anovos and I got some Stormtrooper armor. They shipped it right away. I got another helmet or two from them. It was great. And then they put out a bunch of stuff that I could pre-order, and I was like, great, they've done well in the past. I know some people have been having some issues recently, and then they close up shop. And if it wasn't for Novo, we wouldn't have gotten a lot of things that I've gotten recently, including my Stormtrooper armor from the first order that I ordered like 5 years ago. So not only just you have actual manufacturers you have to be wary of, but also be wary of the individual sales. So eBay has some protections on it. Facebook Marketplace does not. Craigslist does not. How many times have I heard the stories in the Facebook groups that I belong to of don't buy from this person. I gave them X amount of dollars and I haven't heard from them since, or they've ghosted me, or they said it was going to be this and now it's that, or they get it and it's not the quality that they were promised. So I just made a pre-order purchase on this really beautiful piece that is going to be Darth Vader from Kenobi with his mask with the slash in it, and it was posted on one of the Facebook groups. I was super excited about it, very stoked. But it was from a group that I hadn't heard of before. I went on their page and they've been doing a lot of stuff for a long time, but it was not a company that I had heard of before. And I was on there long enough to kind of get a feel that they had been doing this for a long time and that people are very happy with the quality of their work. So then I felt comfortable making that purchase. NYC Sculptures is another one that I've seen for a while, but I've just put in my first pre-order with them on the ATST model. And but that was something that I wanted to make sure that this company was someone that I felt comfortable doing business with. So just be wary out there. Make sure it's someone you can trust. If there are ways to put in guarantees by using a service to exchange money that would give you a refund if there's an issue, that's a great idea. But just be wary and try to ask around and make sure the person has a track record of delivering. All right, collectors, there you have it. Those are my 5 tips for building a great Star Wars collection at a great value. It's a combination of trying to save money, hunting out those deals, and then also protecting yourself so that you don't, put a bunch of money into something that you never get. So those 3 things together have helped me build a really big quality collection that I feel proud of. And I also feel like I've gotten a great value on a lot of things over the years. One thing that I did leave out that I'll just throw in here real quick, bundling. Sometimes you'll find that someone on eBay that is selling a handful of things in different listings, and maybe you don't even want all those things, but you might be able to buy 3 or 4 things that that person has listing, ask them for a discount and to bundle it all together. When you get it, if there's some things in it that you don't want, a lot of times you're then able to sell that back onto eBay for maybe a little bit more money. So I have done that over the years and ended up with some products that were basically kind of free for me because I was able to resell the things I didn't really want. So that's a little bonus tip I'm just throwing in there for you guys because we're all so cool and close and whatever. You guys are my buddies, get it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my tips. I would love to hear your tips as well. How do you save money on your Star Wars collection? Hop down in the comments, let me know, share with the community. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you're doing that. It's a place where you and I can directly interact with one another, which is a lot of fun. I'm also always sharing new merchandise, polls, memes, all kinds of fun stuff. We had a lot of fun on the Instagram as well. So guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you